Welcome back to the channel, guys. Farm Sim Snowy here. So we've got more mods today, quite a few sleep triggers, including this one here in front of us. So let's jump straight into it and go and take a look at them all. So first up today is this. We've got another John Deere tractor. This is the John Deere 8R and this is by JMZ. This is 299,000 base price to buy. Variable horsepower, which we'll look at in a second. Top speed of 31 miles per hour. This will be 12 slots if you're on console. You'll find this under vehicles and under large tractors. So a few configurations, not a huge amount. So we've got wheel brand, we've got Trelleborg, BKT, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, Nokians, and back to Trelleborg. In Trelleborg got standard, wheel weights, wide tyres, twin wheels, and back to standard. BKT standard, wide tyres, twin wheels, and back to standard. And in Michelin standard, wheel weights, wide tyres and weights, rear twin wheels, and back to standard. If you notice, when you do go for the wide tyres, it puts the warning sort of squares on there like so, which is pretty cool. In Continental we have standard, twin wheels, and back to standard. And in Mitas standard, wheel weights, wide tyres. There's no warning ones on there. Interesting. Twin wheels and back to standard. And in the Nokians we've got standard, standard 2, and that's it. And then we're back to Trelleborg. Engine setup, we've got the 8245, which is 255 horsepower. Then we can go up to 305 horsepower, 355 horsepower, 400 horsepower, and then we're back down to 255. And we can have a license plate on there as well if we wish to. Quite a cool looking tractor though. Got a front 3-point link, so that'll come in handy. So that is the first mod of today. That's the John Deere 8R by JMZ. Next up is this pack. This is the Pottinger Toro Combiline. This is by Deere Modding. It is a pack of 3 forage harvesters or forage wagons, and you've also got some different silage additive barrels, pallets, etc. So the 3 forage wagons, obviously you'll find these under tools and forage wagons. We've got a smaller one here, which is the 6510. That's 129,000 to buy. That requires 150 horsepower to run, 34,000 litre capacity, 11 slots if you're on console, and it's got a working speed of 12 miles per hour. And obviously this is going to pick up grass, straw, silage, hay or chaff. The configurations are exactly the same across all of them, I think bar one different slight change, but I'll show you that. It's nothing major. So that is the first one. Very cool looking mod. I like the big chunky tyres on there. We can change them up as well. So we've got wheel brand, VertexDezign, Michelin, Trelleborg, BKT, and back to VertexDezign. Now the wheel setup is exactly the same as well across all of those wheel brands. So you've got the 26.5 inch tyres, 26.5 inch wide tyres, then we've got a 30.5 inch tyre and a 30.5 inch wide tyre. So like I say, that is exactly the same across all of those brands, so I won't go through them. Design is a number plate generator, so obviously you can see the number plate is blank at the minute, that black rectangle. Then we can have this fella, I think A is Austria if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. So there's that one, that one, that one. Then it goes to D, which is Deutschland, so that's Germany. And then I think there's 3 of each. Yeah, so there's 3 Austrian, if it is Austria. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong. And 3 German. Design, we've got no cover, as you can see. Then we've got roof ropes. If I zoom in, you can just about see there's some ropes going across the full length of the trailer, and it puts on that Pottinger sort of cover there. Now, I haven't tested this, I don't know whether the cover slides over or not, but that's roof ropes. And then we've got duct cover for harvesting. As far as I can see, the only thing that changes is this flap here at the front. It, instead of being in that configuration, which is like the standard no cover, it takes that away. So I'm not sure, I don't know. But there you go, that is that one. And discharge rolls, that's going to be the rollers at the back. So at the minute it's on 2, then we can go to 3 and then back to 2. Light options, we have a few. We have default lighting as it is, and then we can go across to LED package 1, which says back and cargo. So that puts the LED light there on the right hand side of the yellow flap up the top, and it also puts 2 just below either side of the red triangles there. So if I go back one, there they are. Then you can have LED package 2, which keeps those ones I've just showed you, and it adds 2 to the pickup. So just above the sort of yellow bar on the pickup there at the bottom, there's 2 more added in there. There they are. Then we can have beacon light, which puts a beacon around the back, as you can see. And then you can have LED package 1 and beacon light, and LED package 2 and beacon light, which is basically all the lights. And then we're back to default lighting. Capacity, at the minute it is already on with silage additive tanks, which is the ones on the front there, just to the right and lower of Pottinger writing. We can get rid of them if we want, because it costs us money to have them. So it's either with or without. Unloading mechanisms. So at the minute we've got without cross conveyor belt. If you add that, if you look at the very bottom of the trailer underneath the lights, can add that in. Basically, as you're unloading, instead of tipping and unloading straight out the back, this is a conveyor belt, and I should imagine you can go left or right, so it will unload to the left or right of your trailer if you've got that selected. So it's either with or without that. And then we've got a license plate as well if we want to. So these are all pretty much the same. I will show you the prices are obviously different. I didn't talk about the slots or nothing, did I? Let's go back. So these are both the same capacity. They're both 11 slots as well. So they hold 42,000 litres of those products. And they both require 200 horsepower to run. So as you can see, everything's pretty much the same. But this is the tandem, as they call it on the mod hub description. So obviously it's got the 2 wheels, like so, and this is the tridem they're calling, so that's got the 3 wheels. The only thing I could see that changed was on this tridem, and it does say on the description in the mod hub, if I can find it, it says on the configuration dust cover for harvesting of the tridem, you can lift the axles for a lower wear when driving empty. So if I go down to this configuration, watch the left hand wheel of those 3. When we go to the dust cover configuration, it raises it, so that's what it's going to be like. So it looks like you can raise and lower that front sort of axle as you're going to save a bit of wear on your tyres. So there you go, that is the forage harvesters. And then moving on to all these, you'll find all these under objects and pallets. So they're basically just products you can get your silage additive from. So we've got a canister here, which is 178 to buy. It only holds 25 litres and it's 1 slot on console. It is what it is, you can't change anything, but it's very cool, nicely detailed. It does look like a plastic container. Then we have the silage additives barrel, which is 998 to buy. That holds 200 litres. That is also 1 slot on console. Again, you can't do anything with it. What I do like is the labels. You zoom right in, you can still see it says silage additive, and I reckon if you walked up to that you could probably read some of that writing, although some of it does look in a different language. Then we've got the barrels with pallet, which is 1022 to buy. It's 2 slots on console. And then we can change this. We've got capacity 1 barrel. So at the minute it's showing on the left 200 litres. Then we can go 2 barrels. That goes up to 400 litres, and it also adds on another 958. And then you can go back to 1 barrel. So that's pretty cool. So you do actually get a sort of discount if you do that, because that is 998 that barrel. You're getting another one for 958. Then we have the tank, the IBC. That is a 1,000 litre capacity. It's 4,810, and that is 2 slots on console. Again, there's nothing we can do. It just comes like that. It is what it is. But they are nice, crisp looking mods. I like that. So that is all that pack, and that was by Deere Modding, the Pottinger Toro Combiline. Next up we've got these, the Bressel and Lade shovel pack. We had some of these on FS19. I don't know if it's exactly the same ones, but obviously it's a pack of shovels. So the first one here, the L16, 1900 to buy. It is 2 slots on console. It will hold pretty much everything. We can change the capacities on there. So we'll look at this one first. Now this one you'll find under front loader tools, but we can change the attacher on there. But at the minute the capacity, we're at 2080. We can change that up to 2390. 2600, 3110, and then we're back to 2080. Braces is no or yes, so it just puts those inside the bucket. I'm sure they don't make no difference, but it's just decorative, I should imagine. So yes or no. And then the attacher type, this is pretty cool. We can have front loader, telehandler, wheel loader, and back to front loader. So this one you'll find under front loader tools, and then we can change the main color from the grey to the black, green and orange. So pretty cool. And then we move on to the even bigger one. This is the L17. This is 2200 to buy. It's got a varying capacity as well. 2 slots on console. It will hold pretty much everything again. This one, you can only change between wheel loader and telehandler. And I'm guessing it is because of its size, because I should imagine if you hook this up to your front loader on your tractor, you're going to be in for a bit of a ride, I think. So this one you'll find under tools and under wheel loader attachers or attachments. The capacity starts off at the smallest at 3030. We can go to 3330, 3860, 4240, which is quite huge, and then back to the smaller one. Again, braces yes or no, and like I say, the attacher type is either just wheel loader or telehandler on this one. And the colours are exactly the same again, like so. So that is that one. That's the Bressel and Lade shovel pack by VertexDezign. And then we've got this, which is the hydraulic Bale Fork. This is by BM Modding. It's 1200 to buy. It's only 1 slot on console. All we can change on this is the main colour, which is going to do your spokes, like so. So pretty cool. If we zoom in, you can see the hydraulic rams at the back with all the pipes and everything. So this is going to be a front loader tool. So you'll find this under tools and front loader tools. It won't hook up to anything else. But if you have this attached, the top spikes like that, because it's hydraulic, you can raise them up. Now it does say on the mod hub description that if you do it like that, it will allow you to move up to 4 square bales at once. So you should be able to get 4 square bales on that once you raise those top spikes. So that's a pretty cool mod. That is the hydraulic Bale Fork by BM Modding. And moving on from that one, we have this. This is the Joskin 3-point hitch transport box. This is by Blacksheep Modding. It's 2,400 to buy. It does have a 3,000 litre capacity and it will hold pretty much everything, as you can see down the bottom. This is 2 slots if you're on console. Couple of things we can change. So this obviously will hook up to your 3-point hitch on your tractor, or you know, whatever you're using, a gator or something if you got one on there. So it's a 3-point attachment. But it's quite cool. So forestry, we've got no or yes, so it puts the cage around the side. I mean, you could just use this like that if you want, because what is cool about this, if I zoom in, you can see we've got these pins on this front flap. That will unfold that flap and you can put pallets in there, big bags. It does have tension straps. It's showing on the pictures that it's got big bags in there and they're strapped down, so that's pretty cool. So you can use it as like a sort of very small flatbed to transport things around like that. Main colour, I'm pretty sure you can tell what's going to happen there. We've got green or yellow or black, and that is it. And then the design colour, we've got yellow, green, grey, and that is it. So that's going to change that up. So very cool. That's the Joskin 3-point hitch transport box. You will find that under tools and miscellaneous as well. Forgot to mention that. And next up is these guys, which is, I probably will say this wrong, the Michieletto AM19. So we have 2 of these. One's bigger than the other. We have a 2-floor one and a 3-floor one. So 2 stories and 3 stories. So first of all, the 2-floor one. Hang on a second, I didn't tell you that was by. This is by Realistic Farmers. Apologies for that. The first one is the 2-story one, which is 67,500 to buy. 5 slots on console, and you can carry in this either 32 cows, 60 pigs or 60 sheep. Obviously not all together, has to be one or the other. But it's a very cool looking mod. I love the fans on the side, which I'm assuming are to keep the animals cool. Obviously the back is going to unfold, so you can simulate your loading up of the animals. So all we've got to change in here is just the main colour, which I think you're going to see what happens there. And then we can have a license plate as well, which is pretty cool. Very nice looking mod. And then we've got the bigger brother, which is the 3 stories one. This is 73,000 to buy. 5 slots if you're on console. Now this won't hold cows, this will only be pigs or sheep, but you can hold up to 144 pigs or 96 sheep in this, so that is quite a lot. Again, it's just going to be the same, changing the colours up like that and the license plate. Obviously you will need a truck or a dolly to pull this. Now it does say on the Mod Hub website description, there's a note at the bottom of all the details on this, and it says this trailer is placed at the right ride height. It might not go well with all trucks. So I expect someone's going to have some problems somewhere along the line with it. But it's a very cool, you know, couple of mods there. Those obviously you will find under tools and animal transport as well. So that's the Michieletto AM19 by Realistic Farmers. And then there's this fella. This is the Lizard Cultivator 2.5M. This is by KamUs and Chaossy. This is obviously a cultivator, so you'll find this under tools and cultivators. It's only 900 to buy, only requires 75 horsepower to run, one slot on console, and obviously it's 2.5 meters wide. Do have a couple of options. It is pretty sort of plain looking, but it gives it that sort of older style look. So, you know, if you're running an older farm setup, which I know a lot of you guys do, I have as well, myself included, this could be right up your street. So design, we've got without roller or with roller, so obviously puts the roller on the back so you can get a nicer seed bed as you go along. The main colour is going to change that, and obviously the design colour, as you can see, is going to change the roller. So if you obviously have it without roller, your design colour is going to do nothing. So there you go. So that is that one. That's the Lizard Cultivator 2.5M by KamUs and Chaossy. Right, moving on to the Placeables section. We do have quite a few sleep triggers today, so obviously I've only got one out set up because you're only allowed one per map. I didn't want to keep having to delete one and then add another one, so I've just got one. I'll have to show you the rest in build mode as we go. So first of all, come over to this one. This is absolutely awesome. This is a pack of farmhouses by Alien Jim. It's actually called Placeable Pack Farmhouses. There is a few in here, this being one. I'll go through all of them with you in a second. This is classed as a small tent, but it is quite spacious, very nicely detailed. I love it. We've got a little campfire outside, got some nice furniture inside, kitchen roll if you need it. So we've got a hammock there. If we come up to there, we've got our sleep trigger, which is pretty cool. And then this over here with the bag is going to be for your wardrobe, as you can see, open wardrobe. It's very nicely decorated though. Is that a light up there? I don't think it is. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So obviously that is one of them. And I think that one was 2 slots. So not too hefty. All the others you're going to find in your build mode under buildings and farmhouses. Let's go around this way. And Alien Jim's ones start here with the doormat. So this is 2 slots on console. It's only 200 to buy. It's just gonna be a doormat that you can place down anywhere you like on a map. So you can pick a house, a random house, place this outside and claim that as your house. So that's the first one. Then we have the other tent, which is small tent one. That's 250 to buy. So very cheap. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting confused now. That is 2 slots as well. Again, you've got an option there for sleeping and changing your clothes. Very smart. Then we have another tent. This is small tent. What I'm getting confused about is because I'm looking at it on my notes. That actually over there that I've just showed you is the big tent. These two are the small tents. So that's why I've confused myself. So this is small tent 2. This is also 2 slots on console. And as you can see, you can go inside. There's our bag in there as well. Sleep trigger and wardrobe as well, by the looks of things. Very cool. Now keep remembering this one, because there is a very similar one like this coming up next, which, well, not next but later on, which is a bit odd. They're very similar. That's that one. Then we've got our big tent, which is obviously that one. And then we have the log cabin, which I think is what I had on No Man's Land on FS19. Very nicely detailed. Obviously you can go inside, you can see there's a trigger there, sleep trigger, and you just about see there's another one for your wardrobe as well. So that one's 10,000 to put down, and that is 13 slots on console. So there you go, the big one was 13 slots as well. So that is the Placeable Pack Farmhouses by Alien Jim. Very nice mods. Next up we have got quite a few. This is another pack. This is Trailer Farm Buildings Pack by OmaTana. We've got a silo and some sheds and some decorations. There's also farmhouses again, which obviously I'm going to show you as we go. So the farmhouses first, again you'll find in your build mode under farmhouses, and these are these three at the end. So the first one is there, 5,000 to buy. As you can see, your sleep trigger is outside. What is interesting is these decoration ones down the end, which obviously I can place. They are exactly the same, so we will get to look at them a little bit more detail. So they are basically the farmhouses but as decoration. We'll get to them in a second. So that's that first fella. That's 11 slots on console. Then we have the bigger one. Again, you can rotate them round. Sleep trigger there by the bench, nicely decorated. Very cool. That one's 5,000 to buy as well, 13 slots. And then this one is 14 slots and also 5 grand. Very cool, with the sleep trigger on the porch there. So that is the farmhouses, so that's that bit done. Then we have this, which is Silo Multi-Fruit. This is 5,000 to buy as well. This is 10 slots on console. Like I say, it's multi-fruit, so you can pretty much store everything in there. It's got a 5 million litre capacity. So obviously your tip in there and your pipe out there. Very nicely detailed as well. Very different sort of look to it than OmaTana's wooden silo. Similar sort of pipe out and that, but that's very cool. That one you'll find obviously in your build mode, buildings under silos. If we go right to the end, there it is. It's only 5,000 to buy, so very, very cheap for a 5 million litre capacity. So that is that one. And then moving on from there, we have this, which is the Vehicle Garage Large. This is 3,000 to place down, and this is 5 slots on console. There's no lights inside, so it could get a little bit dark as night draws in, so you may have to put some sort of spotlights out or something like that. And obviously with the toggle free mode, you could probably put a couple of little garden lights inside just to light it up. But it's very nicely detailed again, with all the rendering coming off and the wood, so pretty cool. I'll show you all of these first, and then I'll show you where to find them. They're all in the same place. Then we're moving on from there. We've got this one. This is Vehicle Garage Medium. This is 2,000 to buy, and this was also 5 slots on console. Again, no lights, but it's a bit more airy, letting the light in. Very cool again. So that's that one. And then we've got these, which are carports. We've got 3 different sizes. We've got a small, a medium and a large. They are all 3 slots on console, and the small one is 500 to buy, the medium one is 750, and the large one is 1,000 to buy, like so. So they're all going to be found under your build mode, under buildings and sheds, and they're right at the end, starting with this one. So the large one, Vehicle Garage, is 3 grand, like I say. And there's that one, and then you got 3 carports, like so. Obviously again, place them down by spinning them around. Can't change any colours or anything like that. So that is those ones out the way. And like I say, we've got 3 farmhouse decorations, and we do also have a silo decoration as well. These are all 500 to buy. They do differ in slots though. This one here was 11 slots. This one's 13. That one there was 14, and the silo at the end was 9 slots. So it gives you an example of what these farmhouses will look like. Obviously your sleep trigger was by this bench on these two. Very cool. Nice looking. Oh yeah, the barbecue. I do like the barbecue outside. The little seating area. And the mailbox. They are very, very cool. Very nicely detailed. The plants everywhere. And that's your silo, obviously minus the pipe and your tipping bit. Very cool indeed. So again, into our build mode and buildings. Not buildings, sorry. These are under decoration, sorry. And under others. And there you go at the bottom. As you can see, there's that one. And then that one like so. And then all the way to the end. So you'll find all 4 of those under decoration and others. So that is all of that pack. So that was the Trailer Farm Buildings pack by OmaTana. And then moving on somewhere. Where is it? I should have turned the other way. We've got this, which is Medium Garage. This is by FS22 Obviously this is a garage, very nicely detailed again with the block work, the guttering and the downpipes. This is a drive-through as well. You do have to open the doors individually. This one won't open now until we come up and click on it. And it's got the cool feature, if you go inside, doesn't matter where you stand, you've got the turn on and turn off shed lights by clicking a button. Obviously, like I say, you can drive all the way through in here. Nicely detailed with all the wood up there. Very smart. This again will be under buildings and sheds. And that one was there with the Lizard brand on. It is 40,000 to buy. And I didn't say that was 5 slots to place that one down on console. Again, there's no option to change the colour of the roof and doors. It is what it is. But very cool mod that. So that's the Medium Garage by FS22 And then next we have one that you can't actually see. I'll go over here first because this is the other tent that looks very, very similar to Alien Jim's one. This will be under buildings and farmhouses again. You probably did see it as we go. It's this Lizard one. So it's 2,000 to buy, so it's more expensive than Alien Jim's. And it's 2 slots on console. But it looks very, very similar. I think the bag's probably in a different place. And it's obviously not got any wardrobe to change our clothes. But that is very, very similar. So I don't know if there's going to be some words backwards and forwards between people. I don't know. I'm not getting involved in that. But that is that one. So that was Tent. And that is by HajstelMods and Querty. And then coming out of build mode, we have this, which is quite a big building. This is Seed Production by Vanquish 081. This is a factory, so you can produce seeds by putting in different crop types. So obviously we can come up to the spanner to manage the production, because obviously we do own it because we placed it down. So there you go, it's going to give you seeds if you put in wheat, barley, oat, corn or sorghum. So pretty cool if you want to produce your own seeds. It's a very big looking building. And then round here, this is where you'll tip in those crop types and then pull in under there, and there's a pipe there, that's where you're going to get your seeds from. And there you go, it says up there, productions, your seeds. Like so. So this one will be in your build mode, and it will be under production, and it will be under factories, and it's right there at the end. This was 4 slots on console. It's 45,000 to buy. And as you can see, it's got the crop types there, what you put in and what you get out. Like I say, it is quite a big building. Spin it around as normal. But very cool if you want to go down that route of producing your own seeds. So that is Seed Production by Vanquish 081. And the last one of the day is somewhere, there it is, in the middle here. It's this. This is Beehive Pallet Spawner Big by VNSFDG2. This is only one slot on console. Basically, you put it by your beehives. Well, you don't have to put it by your beehives. You can place it anywhere on the map. But this allows you to have 3 honey pallets spawning in one hit on here, which is pretty cool. Save you having to keep emptying and moving the spawn area of the original base game one. So this you'll find under your build mode. This is going to be under animals and under bees, and it's going to be right at the end. So that is the base game one. You can just about see it. So it's just a square. I've not really fully had bees, but I think you possibly can get 2 on there. I'm sure I've seen Dagger win and 2 popped up on his one. But obviously this one is here, and it's going to allow you to have 3 in one hit, which is pretty cool, and it's only 1 slot on console. So that is it. That is the Beehive Pallet Spawner Big by VNSFDG2. And that is it for today. That is the mod review. I hope you have all enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, then please do. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.